I'm wrapping up this 3-part series today, and I'm going to be talking all about how to get in and maintain a high vibration so that your desires continue to be magnetized to you. I'm going to share with you something that I've never mentioned in any of my previous videos, and it's something that has really helped to keep me in a positive vibration and bring my desires in faster. I'm also going to share with you my all-time favorite recording for getting into a high vibration and leaving you feeling like you can have anything you desire. This recording is pure magic. I had a friend once ask me, when do I get to stop? When does all of this manifesting and visualizing stuff sink in? And when do I get to back off of it a little? The answer I gave her is, you don't. As long as you're desiring things in your life, the process continues. This is a growth process, one that requires you to keep feeding your subconscious with the end result. In order to keep feeding your subconscious the end result, you have to stay the course on keeping your vibration high and magnetizing your desires to you. I often think about how fun this life is. It's actually a game if you think about it. You can literally have anything you desire. Anything. The game of life is becoming the person that energetically matches that desire. Whatever you desire, it's possible. The only thing stopping you from having it is you. If you think about it that way, it creates some excitement within you, right? You can feel the excitement coming to the surface. You can feel your imagination starting to go. And then sometime throughout the day, you lose it. You go back to the mundane tasks of the day-to-day, and you lose that feeling of having everything you desire. I try to keep negativity out of my life as much as possible. I don't watch the news. I don't get involved in anything on social media that's fear-based. I choose my feed on my social media platforms very carefully. I've told you previously that the most important part in this whole manifestation process is feeling the end result, living in the end result. There are so many things that can help you throughout the day to live in the end result and keep your vibration high. I talk a lot in previous videos about gratitudes, journaling, scripting, and visualizing. Those are all things that I do on a daily basis, and I believe they all help the manifestation process. And what they're really doing is helping you to stay in a high frequency or vibration so that your desires come in easier. All of these things are tools to help keep you believing in the end result, and that's the goal. I've talked a lot about not just doing your journaling and visualizing in the morning for 10 minutes and then going about your day and forgetting about your desires and living in the end result. You have to return to the feeling of the end result being fulfilled as much as possible. Frequency is important. One thing I haven't spoken about in any of my videos is my love for books and podcasts. I've devoured self-help books and podcasts over the last few years. I usually listen to a self-help book or podcast as much as I can during the day. On a walk, doing dishes, working out, doing laundry, or cooking, there's so many opportunities to turn on a book or podcast. This is something that has really helped me grow even more and allowed me to keep a high vibration. I've never met anyone that's listened to or read one of Bob Proctor or Earl Nightingale's books and not felt like they could achieve anything they wanted to. Lately, I've been listening to Bob Proctor's book, Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. I've listened to this book over 5 times now, and I'm going to continue re-listening to it because there's so many valuable lessons in it, and it raises my vibration so much having it on. In his book, he talks about our belief system. He says, our belief system is based upon our evaluation of something, and frequently, if we reevaluate a situation, our belief about that situation will change. When you're listening to self-help podcasts and books, or reading self-help books and really understanding them, you start reevaluating who you are and what is possible for you. The repetition of listening to these podcasts or reading these books alters what's happening inside of you. This completely changes what you think is possible for yourself. Energetically, you'll feel a shift. You'll start to believe that anything is possible for you. The important part again is holding that feeling, which is why I like to call reading books and listening to podcasts my constant drip. This is my constant drip of positive, high vibration information that's constantly streaming into my subconscious. I choose to close the door on everything else and listen to this information every day as much as possible. This is how you change your life, through repetition. Over and over, I journal, I visualize, I script, I listen to positive messages. All of this is going into my subconscious and shifting my beliefs. It's training me to believe that I can have anything I desire, that anything I desire can come to me easily. As I listen, I start to believe it. As I listen more, I believe it more. Society and maybe our families have told us what they think is possible, what we should do, what we should be capable of. You've more than likely had years of programming on what society deems as success. If you want to break that belief system, if you want to redefine your idea of success, if you want to go after your dreams and desires, you're going to have to completely shift your paradigm. It takes time and it takes work to undo all of the programming from our past. Growing up, my parents believed that anyone who had money was bad. This is a common one for many people. They thought that the only way people could get money was through being dishonest or stealing. So I grew up thinking that anyone that had money was dishonest or a thief. It took so much reprogramming for me to believe that money wasn't bad, that I didn't just have to get by every month, that I could actually have whatever amount of money I desired, that money isn't bad. I'm sure you've heard the saying a lot that money is just an amplifier. If you're a good person, then more money will make you an even better person. And the opposite is true. Once I got over the belief that money wasn't bad, that I could do a lot of good with money, that I could live a really great, fun life with lots of money, money started to flow in. But energetically, I had to become a match for that money. I had to go through the process and get rid of all of my negative beliefs about what money was and what it did to people. This was the step I talked about in video 1 of this series, getting rid of those negative beliefs. I had to reprogram my subconscious. That belief didn't belong to me. It belonged to my parents, who probably got it from their parents. I wanted to break that cycle, to shift that paradigm, and as soon as I did, money started to flow in. The way I did it, I started diving into books. The very first manifesting book I read, which was probably a common book for most people, was The Secret. Then all of the Abraham Hicks books, then Think and Grow Rich, and on and on and on. I started the entire process by reading books, by diving into as much material as I could. I had no idea what I was doing. I just kept going. One book led to another and another. Pretty soon, I was listening to podcasts and making vision boards. Then I incorporated gratitudes into my day, then journaling. My process has changed over the years and will continue to change, I'm sure. Just get started and give as much time to it as you possibly can. Any moment that you can, be listening and reading. This will move you forward. This will magnetize your desires to you faster. If journaling and scripting and visualizing seems too overwhelming right now, just pick up a book, listen to a podcast, watch some YouTube videos. You just have to start. My manifesting method has changed so much over the last 10 years, and I was never doing anything wrong. I'm open to trying different methods to see what resonates with me. I went through a long period of not journaling at all because it didn't resonate. That's when I switched to scripting, and that really resonated. Then at times, I'll do all of it. There's no wrong answer as long as you're constantly working at being in the end result. Whatever gets you to that state is the right thing to be doing. I've mentioned so many books throughout my videos. Just pick one to start with. One of the first books I read besides The Secret and an Abraham Hicks book was The Art of Living by Bob Proctor. To this day, that's one of my favorite books. I love the simplicity of it, and it's so easy to understand. Sometimes we don't have time to sit down and read a book. I have The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale on my phone, and it's one of the best recordings I've ever listened to. If you only do one thing, listen to The Strangest Secret. Start there. Print off a habit tracker from online and make it a daily habit to listen to The Strangest Secret every single day for 30 days and watch how your life completely transforms. Repetition is key with all of this. Repetition allows you to transform and stay in the state of receiving your desires. You'll be amazed at the shift in your vibrational state just from listening to positive messages and reading. All of this is so important for keeping you in the state of your wish fulfilled and bringing your desires to you faster. I hope you enjoyed this series. As always, please let me know how I can support you in your manifesting journey and anything you're curious about. Be sure and subscribe. I appreciate you being here so much and can't wait to continue sharing everything I've learned. Have an amazing day.